Okay.
So you can all see the script, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, this is David with Century 21.
Hi.
So you want me to go? Oh my God, you started recording already, but I'm going to say, do you want me to go on the script or do you want me to do what I do?
Well, what do you do?
So it depends, typically it's ring ring.
Let's hear what you do. I'd love to hear what you do. Okay.
Okay. So the long and the short of it, basically, I set up my environment because I got to be in a good environment. I can't call expireds when I'm sitting in either my bathrobe or not dressed for work. Because if you go to work, you're going to get dressed and not be in your home environment, right? So you got to have your mindset proper. And I wear dress shoes. I don't even wear my slippers. So it's important to have your mindset squared away and set up your environment. And my environment has my scripts on the wall all around me, and you get rid of all my distractions. Your phone is a distraction. If you're using your phone, then you have to have it so you're just making phone calls and turn off all your socials, and eliminate any distractions around you. Close the door if you're at home, and make sure nobody enters in your prospecting time. So I kind of set that up to begin with, and then I use the script to keep myself on track and to get the appointment, but sometimes I can't get through the whole script. I'm not going to be phony about it and just pretend that we do, but sometimes I go right into ring ring, and you say hello. I go,
Hello.
hi, this is David with Century 21. I was calling to see when do you plan on hiring the right agent for the job of selling your home.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
So I guess you figured out your listing's expired. I was calling to see if this home sold, where were you planning on going next?
We're thinking Texas.
How soon do you plan on being there?
We wanted to be there like a month ago.
You wanted to be there a month ago. Hmm. Okay. So, what do you think stopped your home from selling?
I'm not really sure.
You're not sure. Huh. Well, how did you happen to pick the last agent for the job of selling your home?
It was a friend of my husband's.
A friend of your husband's. Oh, okay. Hmm. So, what did that agent do that you liked?
I didn't really, well, he didn't sell the house, but bottom line, he did an open house. I appreciated that.
He did an open house. Oh, okay. Hmm. So, what do you think he should have done?
I think he should have sold my house.
Oh, he should have sold your house. Hmm. Okay. So, what will you expect from the next agent you choose?
Well, I hope, that they have a plan that they can share with me. I like to see a strategy. We kind of went in blind picking an agent. We don't really know what he did or didn't do. We do know that he did an open house. Everybody seems to be selling their houses. Mine didn't sell. I didn't, so I'm not really sure. I guess I want to see what the next agent will do for me.
Oh, you'd like to see? Okay, so I'd like to come out and show you what I can do for you. What time would work today? 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock?
Uh, I check with my husband, 5 o'clock.
Okay, so I'm going to plan on being there at 5 o'clock. I'm going to call you a few minutes before just to confirm everything, and I'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Okay, that sounds great. All right, now wait. Let's do the next one. Okay.
Ring, ring.
No, so the next one, are you pre-qualifying me and you're calling me
I
back?
am. I am. It's
Oh,
if you
okay. Is
if you
that how
are.
you do it?
So I'll call and follow up, make sure that we're having the appointment. There's early on, I've driven to an appointment and they weren't there, or I show up and they're like, "Oh, we changed our mind." So you got to confirm. You got to pre-qualify. Got to confirm. So.
Now, you are so like much energy and you're going really fast. Is that how you normally do it?
Yeah, because I'm gonna get to the appointment. I want to get the questions answered. Actually, yes and no. I try to mirror their energy. If they're
Okay.
speaking slow, then I have to slow my roll and kind of mirror what they're doing. Um, but I try to keep it enthusiastic and upbeat because that changes your mindset if you're
I
not, right?
know. I love it.
Um,
Okay.
so if they don't want to, I I mean, it's just not great energy. So you want to have great energy, be excited about it, and then they'll be excited about it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Jody, this is Dave. Remember I said I was going to call a few minutes before I came out? I had
Yeah.
just a couple
Yes, yeah,
pre-qualifying.
thanks.
Yeah, I want to ask you a few questions before I come. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, before I come, there's a, if what I say makes perfect sense and you feel comfortable and confident that I can sell your home, are you planning to list with me when I get there?
Well, we were going to meet with another agent as well.
You are going to meet with another agent as well. Hmm. Okay, so tell me where again you're moving to,
Texas.
and how soon were you going to be there?
We as soon as we can, we'd like to get out there.
That's right, as soon as you can. I understand. Yep, if we can get that sold next week, that'd be great. Um, and tell me again, how much were you looking to put your house on the market for?
We had it on for 450. I'd be willing to go to 425.
425. Okay, that's good to know. 425. So, how much you owe on the property?
We owe about 100,000.
About 100,000. Well, did you ever think of selling a property on your own?
No.
Okay. Do you have any questions before I arrive?
Can't think of any. Nope.
So, in this situation, it was a same day appointment. So you really can't send over a pre-packet of information. And as well, you could, I guess, if you could email it to them. But when they're same day appointments or a few appointments that are, this
Right
afternoon,
away. Yeah.
yeah, in all probability, you're going to spend that time going through the comps and making sure everything's. So you're not going to have enough lead time to send it to them. You're going to walk in with two copies, three copies. If there's two
Great.
just if there's two people that are going to be there, you have to confirm that they're both going to be there too. Did I miss a lot in the script?
No, it's so funny. You're like, well, I don't do the script. You did the script verbatim, both scripts.
Well,
You did both times, every
well, we
single
don't
thing.
always get
On
through.
this one, you didn't say, you said how much money to list your home for, and then you didn't say how much will you go below or anything like that. But you did say,
Okay,
um, you know, how much do you owe?
okay. So I don't always get through the whole script. Pre-qualifying, you try to get all the answers,
Yeah,
but the expired script. Bottom line is I open up with when do you plan on selling, hiring the right agent for the job of selling your home because you need to know what their thoughts are, and then I roll into the other questions. So sometimes the opening question is, um, I'm looking for, and my name is, and from, so they're not going to remember my full name and C21 AllPoints Realty and all of that. So I just want to identify that I'm a realtor because 9 times out of 10 people are judging you anyway, and they're not going to remember your name. So you can recap that again before you hang up. Um,
okay.
so I identify myself as a realtor, and I say Century 21, and then I ask them the question, and then I ask them, um, the other questions in the expired script if I can get to them. Sometimes right out of the gate it's click. But you know what? It happens. That's why you got to keep going.
I love it. Well, let's do it again one more time, and then, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Yes.
Okay.
Can we do it vice versa, please? Um, can Judy, if you don't mind, I mean, you're running the show, the session. Um, can you be the agent? And I apologize, because I'm on my phone driving. I don't know what my colleague's name is. Can you be the agent? He can be the client, please.
You want me to be the agent and you want to be the client?
Please, because as you mentioned, I do respect him. He has too much like energy. Myself, I had an expired listen myself a few years ago, and I received about 20 phone calls from different agents. Basically, just to listen to everyone. I mean, he has so much energy. Uh, you know, I would like to see you, Jody.
Well,
How with your
so we'll
experience.
we'll reserve me for the breakout room, but I will tell you something. David gets more appointments than anybody I know except for Robert Perriello using the script. So believe me, that
Yes,
energy is working for him. And he did say that he mirrors them. So he was mirroring me. But
yes.
we will definitely do the breakout room and I'd be glad to be the agent.
Oh, okay, but
But thank
sounds
you, and
good.
I appreciate
You're
you,
welcome.
Ahmed. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, let's try it again. Are you in, David?
Oh, I'm in.
So,
Oh,
did anybody else have any questions? Mick, I know you have a question.
No, not right yet. I'm pondering a couple of things. We'll see.
come
Okay.
on, Nick.
I just don't want to like I appreciate the scripts absolutely because you get everything you need, but sometimes they're just so structured. I just feel like they're a turnoff.
So that's
But
why
I
I
guess that's
mentioned.
as you get to learn them though, as Jody was saying, then you put your own influence into them. And I guess there's a new dynamic because you're using your personality. So I guess that just comes with the practice, like everybody was saying.
The important thing is to get the appointment, regardless of, and then the script is there for you to pull you back in if you get off track. You have to remember Wednesday starts talking about their dog or the bad day they're having. You know what? You're not there to be their friend. The bottom line is that you either want an appointment or you're going to move on and not take the appointment. So, um, the script, you may not use it verbatim, but the key points are come back in, get to the next bullet point in the script, and then move on and get the appointment. So you may get to step one, two, and three, and then get the appointment, and not have to go through the script. But, and
Right.
sometimes, in the conversation early on, they may tell you that they're selling their home. They may tell you everything in the first sentence, and you don't have to go through the script because it's silly. You're not going to ask them the same questions they already just told you. So you have to internalize it and then kind of pull it out the way it is. We have the script here and we kind of practice it as a robot, but really, um, you want to utilize the script to get to the end and get the appointment. That's the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
So, in my opinion.
Yeah, and
Yes, sir.
Mick,
Thank
is you're actually good. So I think he's saying what you already know, correct, Mick?
you. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so now you feel okay. So you get this. Okay,
So I,
this
I
is
was
so
role playing
exciting.
with somebody, in coaching, and we every day, every morning, and I think I even did it with Tom. And Tom and I were role playing. We always did the scripts verbatim all the way down, and at the end of the script, it always was a win-win. Make the appointment, and that's not real life. But we practiced it. So the reason we practice it is so that we can internalize it and be able to pull it out without sounding like a robot.
Understood.
Right, Tom?
Absolutely. Scripts are there to get you started and have a dialogue with somebody. And just like you said, if you start to get off of that dialogue, the script's there to get you back in. You can't think of a question because you always want to ask questions. The script's there with another question you can go back to. Um, so, you got to get into the mind of asking questions, and the more you do, the more you can have a conversation and a dialogue with somebody, and you're not always thinking about what's next on the script. You just kind of know what to go to next, or if, like I said, like David said, if you get off track, it's there to get you back on. Another question, you move on from there.
Sometimes they'll give you a response. Well, where were you when my house was on the market? How come you didn't bring your buyers?
Right.
Or they may say, what do you think my house is worth? Or what should I sell it for? So those are things that you need to kind of get around and get back on to the next point to get the appointment and say, well, we could talk about that when I show up. That'll be the first thing that we discuss when I get there. Or I'll bring a whole packet of information to review that for you when I get there, but you really want to get the appointment. Once you're in front of them,
Exactly.
it's easier for them to sign with you than have to go through the motions of going through another appointment with another agent using more time, if you present well when you get there.
Nice.
It's all my opinion, that's all.
No, it's absolutely true. Jean, any questions?
Well, yeah, and kind of in the beginning when he went right into, well, when are you gonna hire the right agent to sell your home? What if they turn around and say something like, "Well, I'm not putting my home on the market anymore."
So then you still going to go back to the script and say, well, when your home sold, where are you planning on moving next? And you want to keep trying to pull them back, and you're going to utilize some of the, how did you happen to pick the last agent? Do you know why your home didn't sell? or
You know what? Why don't we do that, Gene? I'm going to have you be the seller,
Okay.
and David is going to be the agent, and let's do it again.
and I have to tell you, I don't land them all. And if you really have bad energy, or you're adamant about not selling, it's better for me to move on to the next phone call. Um,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
Right.
not beat you to death,
Yeah,
Right.
you're not gonna, right.
just being real.
Yep. So who am
Okay.
I? I'm the
You're the
agent.
seller. You're
I'm
the
the seller.
seller.
Okay.
David is the agent.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Gene?
Yes, it is.
Hi, this is David with C21. I was just calling to see when do you plan on hiring? Back up. I don't say it like that. Um,
Okay,
hi,
let's start again.
yeah, ring,
Ring,
ring.
ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Gene?
Yes, it is.
This is David with Century 21. I'm sure you figured out that your home has came up on our computers expired, and I was just wondering, when do you plan on hiring the right agent for the job of selling your home?
I don't know. I'm in the middle of just interviewing agents right now.
Okay, so that's great. You're in the middle of interviewing agents. Perfect. So if this home sold, where are you planning moving next?
We were just planning to downsize,
Oh, you're planning to downsize. And where were you moving to?
probably staying in the state.
Staying in the state. Great. Well, how soon were you planning on doing that?
As soon as possible.
Okay, so I noticed your home didn't sell. So how did you happen to pick the last agent that you worked with?
She was a recommendation from a friend.
Recommendation from a friend. Okay. Well, what did that agent do that you liked the best?
Um, Not much. I
Oh,
liked I liked her enthusiasm, but when it came down to it, I don't think she really um did a lot of marketing on my house.
she didn't do it properly. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, so what do you expect from the next agent you choose?
Well, of course, I expect them to sell my house, but I expect them to do some marketing, so it's advertised a lot better than it was last time.
So I'd like to apply for the job of selling your home. Are you familiar with the techniques I use?
No,
So I could be there today at 1 or at 5. What works better for you?
5 o'clock would be fine.
Oh, you're too easy. You should have put me off.
Okay, now be harder on the other one. Hold on.
Should I be harder on Mike? You mean? I'm
Now,
gonna be
now we're
one.
going to do
I'm gonna be a
the
real person when it really happens to me when I call.
Yeah, click. Happens.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, is this Gene?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Gene, it's David again. I'm just confirming our appointment for later. And before I come out, there's a couple of questions I'd like to ask you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. If what I say makes sense and you feel comfortable and confident that I can sell your home, are you planning to list your home with me when I get there?
Sure. If I like what you say and if it makes sense, absolutely.
So tell me again, you're moving, you're staying within town? Did you have,
Yes.
okay. Do you have, well, I'm not going to go there. I would normally spin off and try to get that transaction too, but okay. So how soon do you have to be there? You said in a couple of weeks?
Well, as soon as possible.
Okay. So how much do you owe on your home?
How much do I owe on my home?
Yeah.
I owe about 150,000.
And how much did you want to list your home for?
About 350.
150, about 350. Okay. That's fantastic. So have you ever thought about selling your home yourself?
No.
Okay. Well, were you thinking of owner financing, helping, finance the home for a buyer?
No, absolutely not. Me and my husband are just, he's retired and we just want to,
You want your money out.
yeah, we just want to cash our money out and relax.
What does your home look like?
It is a cape with 4 bedrooms and 2 baths.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be sending over a packet of information in your email. Do you think you have time to review that before I get there at 5 o'clock?
Sure.
Okay. So if you have any questions before I arrive, please call me, and I'll see you at 5 o'clock.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
So I realized when she described her phone, her home, she's analytical, you know. So I got to
Why?
And how
manage.
would that
Why?
change things?
So when I
Why?
get there, she's all going to be about numbers and straight to the facts, and she's a numbers person. So it's not about expression or color or um, the approach is different a little bit.
Like, like I want to know how much I'm gonna wind up with my pot in my pocket. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, we're gonna get right to the juice. We're gonna make
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So we're not gonna have a lot of small talk, and we're not gonna talk about.
No, I'm not a small talk person.
Well,
I want to get right to the point.
okay. Well, if you're expressive, then there would be a little different approach.
Right.
Yeah,
So
some people you connect with in another way, just, oh, I
that's
love your
why.
colors, you're decorating.
Yeah, that's why that question's there to ask you to describe your home.
Yeah,
I'm not that type of person. I just like to get right to the point, like the square footage or how many bedrooms, how many baths. I'm the kind of person that gets anxiety if I'm talking to somebody and they're going into too much into detail.
Yeah,
That's useless.
yeah, okay. Well, if you told me your home was, if you described it differently, then I know you're a different personality. So that's important to know before I get there.
Right.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah,
Any questions?
I don't know if I missed. I think I might have missed things on your list.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
I do have something bugging me, and it's something that David said earlier when the customer or client said, "Where were you when my house was on the market? Where were all the buyers then?"
You want an answer for that?
Yep.
So there are 40 objections. Do we give them out? There's a
I
40.
don't have it on me. You want me to pull it up?
Well, no, but there are 40 objections to no. There's only 40 objections, right, in selling real estate. So everybody has an objection, and there's ways to get around them. So you can have an answer for all 40 of those. Um, every agent has a buyer. Um, so where were you? Ask me the question.
Where were you when my house was listed before? No, you didn't bring any buyers by.
Okay, well, your
Where
agent.
were all the buyers? Go
Yep.
ahead.
So every agent has buyers. Your agent didn't reach out to me to me know that your house was on the market. I certainly can bring my buyers, but I can't guarantee you that your property will fit my buyer's needs. So we could discuss that when I get there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense about the buyer's needs. I like that.
Yeah, every buyer has different needs, and maybe your property didn't fit my buyers. Every agent has different buyers, and we can discuss that when I get there in more detail. I mean, the idea is to get the appointment,
Yeah.
and that's an aggressive objection. Normally, they're little PO that their property didn't sell, and you have to figure out why it didn't sell. So that's important. And then when you get there, you really got to put them at ease and really take that, the previous agent, you got to remember the previous agent really pissed them off and now you're stereotyped as being that same type of agent and you have to get over that hump and show them you're different and why. So it's important. Got to get that appointment. If you can get in front of them, that's the bottom line. So get right to the last question and say, when do you plan to sell your home and can I be there at 5 o'clock to show you how I could do it? And boom, we're there. Bottom line.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're right. That is very aggressive. I don't think in real life I've ever had anyone actually say that. It's what our fear is more than what they
Said it
think.
100
Right.
times.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. It just most times you're the 10th person calling and they're mad that their phone is ringing off the wall. So you have to remember when you're calling expireds, all those mad people kept hanging up on the first 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So by day 5 or 6, you got to follow back with that list you had and start calling them again because they hung up on everybody and now maybe they've kind of settled down and they're ready to listen to you. So I got a listing and it was a week and a half later and they just I called at the right time and they listened to me. But it happened to be primary, what's the primary day for calling expires? It's the first, second, third day of the month, right? Or the
Right.
31st or 30th. So, you know, there's some of those people, there's a percentage of those people that are just hanging up or not answering their phone. So you can't let that list go. You got to go back to that list on the 30th. And even if it's a week and a half down the road, you gotta hit that list again and follow up. When you run out of expireds, go back to that day that there was a lot of expireds and call them again. And then, start deleting the names if they're already relisted or put them on hold or follow up later. There's a lot of follow up involved, right? So
Yeah.
tons of follow up.
So when you are trying to get the appointment, what are some of the things that say? Because I noticed you say that's the first thing we'll address when I get to your house. Is that pretty much no matter what they say, that's one of your things?
So if it's an analytical person, they're going to want the numbers, and obviously you can't have the numbers right in front of you. So you have to say, well, I'm gonna put the statistics, or I'm gonna put the numbers together, and I'll bring them for you to review with me. If it's an expressive, we're going to say, oh my God, that's the first thing we're going to discuss when I get there, and match their personality. If it's somebody amiable and they can't make up their mind, then you're going to say, well, let me find out. I'm going to bring a couple different options for you, and we can review those and decide which one's going to be best for you when I get there. So. You got to find out who they are if you
Oh, I
can.
love that.
So, but that's what you
I've
got.
never heard that before. That is really good. Marianne wants us to role play. I do want to sell it myself. So what if they say, you know what? We are thinking about doing it, selling it ourselves. What would you say?
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, can I show you? Oh my God. Yeah, I got to think about that one for a second. It's an
Okay.
objection, right? I know Tom's got it right there.
No, he doesn't.
So, so we're thinking about selling it ourselves. Say, well, that's fantastic. Um, and then I would go back to the script and just acknowledge. You got to say what their response is. You have to repeat their response and then say the next thing. You always have to repeat their response.
Right.
So they're hearing what they just said. You're digesting what they just said, and then you're going to go on to the next line in the script because they're thinking that you heard them, even though I may not have heard them. I'm still saying what they said. I'm trying to retain it, but there's a lot of.
Yeah, because you're not going to answer that over the phone. That's what you're going to talk about when you get there, and then you'll be have the ammunition when you get there for that
Yep. So
objection.
ultimately, I'm going to go through the script and I'm going to pull them back in to get the appointment. But then when I get there and they still want to sell the house themselves, I'm going to show them the advantages of uh, hiring an agent and utilizing an agent and what opportunities there are because there's more opportunities, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and then,
More
and then,
money.
yeah, more money. But then you could also talk to them if they're going to be selling it themselves. They're not going to know a lot of the things on the other end that can come and that can help them.
That's so true, especially right now. The
How
deals
you
are
push it.
getting more and more crazy. I mean, there's a million stories about problem solving.
Yep. And when they're thinking that they're going to save 2% on what's the average on 300,000, or 2.5% on 300,000, what's that, 7 grand? They're
Yeah,
thinking about saving 7 grand. When the bigger numbers, you can push that up. You could push up their
could be
sales cost
30.
easily by
Yeah,
getting a multiple offer. Even if they don't have an offer in, they can say they have a multiple offer situation. I mean, there's so many ways to push it up. And you got to review that with them and let them know how you can push it up, and don't start high. On the high
why?
end of the comp, that's bad news.
Okay. So when you're presenting, you're saying when you're presenting the comps, don't start with a high one or don't start with here's your range.
Here's your range, and your range is 300 to 400. I'm going to try to start at 300 and tell them why
Yeah.
it's an advantage for them. People think that,
Okay.
well, I'm not going to get into that, but
No, no, t get into it. That's good.
no, we all know that people think that their house is worth more than it is,
Right.
and they think that if they ask for a lower number, that they can't raise the price, but they have to really understand that the lower number is going to give them multiple opportunities, and we can have a little battle going on, push their numbers up, but they a lot of times when they go in the high end 400,000 and the house is sitting forever, they're like, then you finally get it down to 300, they're like, oh, we should have listened to you 3 months ago,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yep.
So yeah, you don't want to
Yeah,
wait for
and the
3 months.
data, the comps show you that. This is a list price, this is a sale price, so they can see for themselves in different price ranges what that is.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
hardest part, getting the number
Yeah.
right. but we're
Yeah.
talking about expired. So,
Yes.
and that's probably why it didn't sell because they came in with a bad number. They want to sell. They want more than they 9 times out of 10 it's about price, right?
Yeah, but a
And
lot of
blaming your
times
agent,
it's timing. It didn't work and now it works.
right?
So it's sometimes it's not the price, which is another objection handler.
Mhm.
It's not always the price.
Yeah.
I know, and that's the whole thing. You don't talk price on the phone.
Ever.
Look at your house. I don't see anything. It looks great to me. Where did you get the price?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put us into rooms. And I'm so excited about this. Anybody that doesn't want to role play, just don't join the room. And I will stay here and we can play just on the together. So hang on. All right. Opening. Hold on a minute. I gotta make it work. Hang on.
Hope I didn't talk too fast. I talk fast to begin with.
Oh, are you kidding? Don't even think that.
Where's Mike work?
Mick, where do you work?
Nick. Oh my God.
I work for the retirement and healthcare facility right now.
No, 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 no. Where do you like? What office are you from?
Oh, Brantford.
Brantford.
Yeah.
All right, I'm opening the rooms. Just click join.
Are we still recording?
I'll stop recording.
Is that what you wanted? Everything okay?
Are you kidding? It's awesome. You have to hit join, David.
Bye.
Um, uh, Gene, can I ask you? Gene, can I ask you, if your last agent sold your house, where would you be moving to next?
I'll probably just staying in the state. I'm just downsizing.
Okay, downsizing, staying in the state. That's nice. So what part of the state? You staying in the same town, or do you have a couple towns you're mostly interested in?
Well, I want to go. I'm in North Haven. I probably want to go to Wallingford. I like the town of Wallingford.
Oh, nice. What
Press.
I did not. I went in for a minute and I thought I don't want to stay because
I didn't
I
know
don't
you were
want to
there.
make anybody uncomfortable. And everyone was talking, so I let you
So we
guys
didn't know
do
you
your
were there.
things.
Yeah, we
How'd it
came down
go?
here.
Mhm.
Any questions? Do you like this? Was it good?
Yeah.
Stefan, what did you learn?
Yeah, it's good learning session. Always you learn something, you know.
I learned from everybody else too.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you all for coming. David, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Thanks.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank
See
you, David.
Hey, Tom, and see you later. I learned a lot from Tom too. I did.
Me too.
Mhm.
Okay, you people. Have a good night. It's good to see you
Bye.
all.
You
Yep.
too.
Bye.